I think that businesses are going to retain a lot of their office space because quite often they'll be tied into long leases, which means they're not going to be able to get out of those easily. So it makes sense if you're part way through, let's say, a 10-year lease, to repurpose that office space and use it to retain your staff better. Staff retention is something that's really key for Somerset businesses at the moment, and that's only going to make it easier if you're providing a nice environment to work in.
Are you surprised by the numbers of people that still want to work at home after the pandemic?
I think working from home works well for some people if they've got a dedicated space and maybe they're not going to be disturbed during the day. But we are seeing increasing numbers of people actually that are quite keen to get back to a workplace in some sort of routine. I think those that maybe live on their own or have families that they don't have a dedicated space that they can work away from are really keen to get back to the workplace and see their colleagues and get back to working together and collaborating better.
There's going to be quite a challenge, isn't there, with days working from home, days not working from home. It's quite a hard one for bosses to manage. People maybe scared they're missing out if they're at home.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that you'll see that managers are probably having to look after people and manage those relationships in slightly different ways. I think what we would encourage businesses to do is to talk to their staff, work with them to find out what's going to work in conjunction with them, and make sure that what they're offering works for all individuals. Some people may want to be in the office full time, others may want to be at home more, but it's important that I think you have a trial period where you instigate some sort of change, make sure it's working, and then move on, and maybe with something that is actually in the contract for people.
I know of one employer in Somerset who's just hired somebody based in Scotland. The world's changed, hasn't it? There's a bigger potential recruitment pool for some of these companies.
Yeah, I think like many things, we were forced to adapt when we went into lockdown, and now actually what we're seeing is potentially the benefits of working from home and having more flexible working. Certainly we've long had issues with digital skills in Somerset, maybe availability of engineering staff. So to be able to increase your pool of candidates, maybe nationwide or even internationally, is really quite a massive change to the way that we do business.
I guess on the flip side of that, it potentially makes it harder to get a job locally.
I don't think that's really going to impact the local employment scene. Certainly it maybe gives local people more options if they're looking nationally as well. But I think, we've got so many staff shortages and people are struggling to recruit, or businesses are struggling to recruit in the southwest. Actually, it opens up more options and makes potentially what the southwest has got to offer even more attractive.